Hello, hello. Looks like we are live. Just a little bit. What is up, people? What is up? Water. Alrighty, guys, what is going on? RC Propaganda here. Just starting a video. And I wanted to remind you the air freshener will be given away at 500 subs. So keep subscribing and comment on the video I put out when we get to 500, and you could win this air freshener. So that takes care of that. Yeah. Just only a couple of people in here. Let's just give this a few more minutes before I get to work on these shocks. So, yeah. Guess I'm having some shock issues. This is the Bronco. My Blazer. And I got RC 4-wheel drive King shocks in there, and they're just not really working out. They are way too springy. So what I think I'm going to do is put my TRX4 shocks on there. These shocks are pretty good on a TRX4. I'm just not sure with the ball cup setup in the top, but maybe I can put some different ball cups in there or figure out something. So yeah, let me show you exactly what I got going on this truck here. Let's see how that, yeah, okay, that kind of looks okay. But if you take a look at the back of the truck here, this is one of the problems. Look at this. It is just like super springy, and that's not what I want. I don't like that, how that goes. And then in the front, a lot of the times, they get kind of like hung up. So the truck's just not digging it. So I'm going to take those shocks out and swap in those TRX4 shocks. So take that off. I think first, oh man, I just realized something. But oh well, I forgot I got these incision wheels on here. So in order to get them off, I have them running with the hubs on there, so I can have the little hub cap, well, little caps here. I really like those, so, but it's actually not a big deal because I got this. So I'm going to just do the fronts first. And with my nice Cow RC mat, it's really nice because I don't have to worry about losing any of these screws. And just like that. Boom. Wheels off. So put that there. So you can see this piece is what holds my wheel together. It goes on the outside and screws onto the hub that's on the car. So I'm going to take these wrenches out. So I'll use my little cell block. This is my Crawler Innovations foam. I love this thing. Just put that right up there. again. Take the shocks off, no problem. And I am actually taking off this shock. You can see I got this really long screw here. I moved the position down to the link. So right now my link is not again. The shock goes onto that bottom mount to lower the front of the blazer a little bit. Okay. Got the shocks out. So here's a look. You can see they're just got a way too much rebound. I have seen some mods where people are taking the tops off. I would have to slide these springs off here. Stupid cop siren is going crazy. Hold the body here. And take this. So you can take this cap off, and they want you to. Now, this was one video, is all I found on this, but let's put that in oil. That must have been my wife. Yikes. Put that grain in there. And you cut like a slit in the threads here, but I'm not really so sure I want to do anything like that, so I'm definitely not going to do that. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with these. They were kind of expensive, so I'm kind of a little disappointed, to be honest with you, that they were so expensive. But I learned, got to make sure I do plenty of research, because I only did a little bit and I didn't find the negative videos on the shocks. So I think I'll do is get the shock off here for test fitment. If these shocks don't fit, I think I'm just going to revert back to the factory shocks. This wheel's easy to take off, just one nut, thank God. Nice and easy. These shocks are a little bit different, but they do mount through the link, just like I am on my Axial. Let's put that down there. I don't got enough goddamn room, so here's a look at the shock. I'm going to test the fitment first, and I'm going to switch up the oil, but these shocks aren't too bad. So let's see. Here is a stock axial shock, so you can see the difference here. On the top is ball, but the bottom is pretty legit. Just want to see one thing. Let's see what side the screw is on. It's on the little side. Okay. So now I'm going to try to put this through here in the bottom. Go in here. Ah, you cocks. I don't know why this won't go through there. Shit. I guess I gotta thread it in first. That's kind of strange. Didn't know that. Okay. And now, put the link in. Of course, now I'm having some issues lining up the link. Let's see, bring you guys in a little closer here. How's that look? Okay. There we go. Bam. Okay. So that is there. And then, voila, we have fitment. Look at that. So that bolt's on there. Look at, and that's on there. All right, well, that's good to know. So now I think I'm going to take a slightly different approach. I'm going to go remove all the Traxxas shocks off and get all the oil switched out. I think I'm going to run 15 in the front and 20 in the rear. So yeah, I'm going to put this blazer to the side. Oh, nice. I'm super happy about that. Let's back you guys up just a tiny bit again. Oh, it's nice when things fit the right way. And now I don't have to use those plastic shocks. So let's get this wheel off. Whoa, what's up, Voodoo? Just doing some shock stuff. These are the stock tires that came on the deadbolt. These things kind of suck. Kind of suck. I got this as my original TRX4 right here, Voodoo. I got the GPM, that's the Chinese portal covers on there. I'm just going to leave them there. I'm not going to take those off and put them on my Bronco, but I still got them. And put these screws back in the hole so I don't lose them. Another great live stream. Okay. And let me put the front ones back in so I don't lose those. Okay. I found the hole. Okay. Goes there. The shorter one goes into the top. There we go. And now take this one out. And now back in. Okay. So We don't want to lose these things. Okay, rear wheel. This is kind of, well, it's a backup in case I need any parts for the Bronco. But also, I'm going to put a body that's made for the 12.8-inch wheelbase. I'm thinking maybe one of those Raptor trucks or maybe a Jeep. I've never done a Jeep build. Jeep builds are pretty good because they got a lot of notoriety because people know what Jeeps are. So when you can scale them out, I think people appreciate them because they know exactly, oh, well, that's a Jeep. I don't know. That's just kind of what I think. And it's a pain to work on things you don't have things set up the right way. Like I'm trying to talk, but at the same time, look. All right, let's get this shock out. Okay. Right. Hold my shot. Well, I'm super pumped I don't have to use the stock Axial shocks again. Curious to see how these are going to look in there. All right, one more, guys, one more. And then we can get to the fun stuff. Ooh, yeah, Voodoo. I've been thinking of getting the Trail Finder too, to be honest with you. Really wanting a hard body build for my collection. Over the summer, I think I might. I was also looking at that Boom Racing one. That one is super sweet. That kit looks good, but it's like $600 before electronics. I'm not sure if I want to spend that kind of money, but I'm just like envisioning a sweet build and how good it would look on camera. Okay. Yikes. We got him. Nice. I just took it out first. Okay. Don't want these to be lost. You guys see that new Proline metric body? I'm going to get one of those too because Night Custom is going to release files on my mini factory and I can print them myself and scale it out. So I'm pumped about that. It's hard. Not on the block. Okay. Now we're done with this thing. No suspension. It's snowing again too. That sucks. 2 Voodoos. Yep, Blazers and Broncos. Oh my. Okay, that's all leaked out. Something I was wondering, guys, is swapping some parts from here. Oh wow, that seemed to come right off with a Traxxas end here. Excuse me. I just need my shock shaft pliers. But I bet you they won't work the length. Okay, there we go. I don't know how long the length is going to be. Oh no, they're about the same length. Cup to cup. Oh no, they are a little shorter. You think they fit on? Yeah, they seem to tighten up. There's not enough thread in there. So it is all the way on, actually, that end. Pop the spring back on. And then we have that piece like that. Interesting. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I try to rock those RC four-wheel drive ends with the metal spring retainer? Or should I stay stock Traxxas parts? I'm torn. See, the Traxxas sits over the bottom of the cup. And this sits over that too. Huh. I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I don't really know what to think. I'm sure that will stay on. I'm just worried about this coming off is the only thing. Because this one clips onto there. And I guess it didn't come off on that truck. Go back and do it again. I just want everything to be good. I think that's really going to make a performance difference. So I'm just going to go ahead and take it off and put the factory parts back on. That's what my gut tells me. Okay. I thought maybe I could try to, retrofit a couple parts on there. Traxxas one going back on. These shock shaft pliers are definitely great. Oh, what's up, John? I didn't see. Are you living in Chi-Town, the Windy City? Okay. Now the only other question is, what springs do I have? Do you think all 4 springs? Okay, that one is definitely green. Okay, the greens. So I think the greens are the rear. Let's see what I have in here already. Anyone know what springs come on the TRX4 in the rear? Are they green? Well, whatever this one is the one I took out from the front, so that makes me think that the greens are the rear, because I took out a front shock first, and I put a front shock in here. So, greens are the rear, in my opinion. Best of my knowledge, because look at... Okay. So those will be the rear. We'll keep the rear springs in the rear of the Blazer as well. I think that will be good. Okay. So, let's get the oil out of these. And get some freshies in there. I don't know how old this oil is or anything like that. Now, this doesn't have to be too scientific, but, you know, try to get it all out. Just get a little more of it out of there. Alright, that's pretty good. I feel happy with that. Pull that bad Larry down. Oh no. Reconnect. Are we reconnected? Looks like we're reconnected. Alright. So then, fill it up. And I'm going to keep it all the way up. I wonder... Look at this. Nope, that won't work. Huh. Nope. Gotta go with the factory. Thought that'd be cool with the king caps on the top. That Traxxas. Yeah, see, I overfilled them for sure. Gotta pour a little out. Definitely don't want to overfill them. I kind of always have that issue. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to wipe all the excess stuff off. Yeah, it must be cold over there. Currently, it feels good. Let's put the spring on. Put our little spring retainer on. And there we go. One Traxxas shock filled. Feels good. 15 weight. Feels pretty good. We'll see how it does. This. Bring the truck over here. So I'm starting this with my Allen, and then I will finish it up with this. And I won't go all the way tight, but that is a long screw because it's going to go all the way through everything here. Okay. Now let's get the top one in. Can't really see because I got those fenders on there now. Oh, I got the wrong screw and it's not long enough. Dude, I picked up the wrong one. Here's the one for me right here. Yeah, man, the weather's just a killjoy right now. That's I just want to drive my RC trucks. That's all I want to do. I haven't drove in a while. But at least my trucks are going to be super tight. They're going to be tuned up well. Alright, so I think I'm just going to work my way around shock by shock. So, what I'll do... Oh, I was supposed to put that on. Put one spring, I don't know what spring goes where. That goes on there. And then this is going to go here. And then that goes there. And then I have to put that on. Okay. And there's springy shocks. So here's a look at the height between these two. Traction shock just seems a tiny bit taller. Well, it is. Oh, that's upside down. Perfect. That's what I wanted. These are just a little bit taller. That's really good. Okay, I'm going to put my wheel back on this side. I'm super happy in the length of these traction shocks and that they fit good. Okay. Once you get one going here, it's pretty easy. You have to be careful with these little screws. They sometimes don't go perfect. You got to make sure you don't strip any threads. There we go. Oh yeah. This is going to be good. I wonder how this is going to change the look with the length. Those were the 105 millimeter, I want to say, or 110 on those Kings. I went with something a little longer. But I think that these are going to be pretty good. Alright, one left. I love these beadlock wheels. I'll never go back to plastic wheels. Only beadlocks. The Proline beadlocks are good. The ones that came out that are a 3-piece. You got to get the 3-piece ones because it's only like 6 screws in there. So that's how these are. If I want to change tires on these, it's super simple. I just take the screws out, put my new tire and foams on, and I'm good to go. I really like those. Okay. Let's try the next one in the front. Okay. Get this wheel off. Well, I'm no NASCAR technician, that's for sure. Alright, one more. Okay. Got that. Got that. Bam. Got that. Got everything. So here's a difference of height. You can see these are just a tiny bit taller here. Well, quite a bit actually. Quite a bit taller. Yeah, John, beadlocks are the way to go for sure. Yeah, look at the rebound on that thing compared to this thing. I know, can you see that? Yeah. Okay. that aside. All I gotta do is take this cap off here. Got it with my own hands. Yeah. Yeah, dude, once you go beadlocks, you'll never go back. You gotta get the incision ones. Or like I said, those Proline plastic ones, they gotta be like the 3-piece where it has one ring in the middle and then 2 pieces on the outside. The RC like wagon wheel ones, you gotta line everything up. I got a pair of those laying around somewhere, and I just didn't like them. They're too much of a pain in the butt to get mounted. Okay, that looks empty. I'll just get a little bit more. Okay. Push this up. And then just hold it there. Top it off. And that's good. Screw my cap. Perfect. Okay. And there we go. Look at that. Another nice traction shot. Oh, you know what though? I grabbed the wrong one. This is a green spring one. I want this one here that I already kind of... Yep. The green springs are going in the back because they're stiffer. Yeah, Vanquish method. Nice. Yeah, I'm looking to get a pair methods. They've been out of stock for so long. I think they might be back in stock now. I'm not 100% sure. How's the stream look, guys? Everything look good? Okay. Oh, this one had like almost no oil in it. Crazy. Okay. All right. That one's empty. And a little bit more out of there. Okay, get my 15 weight here. Push that up. Make sure there's no air. And boom. Top it off. Put the cap in. Okay. Clean out that excess oil. Okay. Here we go. Looks nice. Okay. The long ones could go in the bottom. Okay. Tighten it up by hand. Okay, it's almost tight. Top screw in. It's hard to line it up here. When I'm sitting down, you usually like to stand up. Just grab the truck. And then also I'm trying not to get my head in the way. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Alright. Okay. Alright. Let's get the wheel back on. And we can give this thing a nice little test. See how it feels compared to the Kings in the rear. So many little screws. They all got their place. And that one's definitely not going on. But why? There it goes. Once you get a couple started, you can just keep going, nice and simple. It's just so much worth it with that look. I can run it without the hub on the outside and just put a regular nut, so it's just a one, nut loosening instead of 5 screws. But I like the look of the hubs on these older vehicles for scale. One more. Okay, and I'll tighten them all up. Boom, and that's it. Now let's get this thing down, see how it feels. Get it off the block. Oh, don't want to spill oil. I think that. No, they're not. There we go. And then you look at the back. Look at it, just like dirt. In here. So that's good. Alright, I think it's time to do the rears. I don't like. That's good. Well, less on the preload collar or something. Okay. Cool. Now, let's get the rears. Eat those. Get that. Block. All right. Home stretch, baby. Bam. Move that aside. Okay. king. Bouncy, bouncy. Okay. Now I do need my cup of oil. I have to pull one of these. I filled up with 15. I'm going to go 20 in the back. Hold it. Flip up pliers. And a wrench. And cracked it. That's a simple. Oh, the sharks in the world. Ooh, yeah. Oh, you hear that? Sounds nice. Sounds nice. Alright. Cap back on the 15. What do you guys run for shock oil? You think 15 front, 20 rear is good? Looks good. Cap back on. A little excess come out, but not too bad. My hands are all nasty. Let's install it. The rears are much easier because you don't have to go through the link. I can see the hole nice and simple. And there we are. There we are. Oh, what up? Just swapping some shocks onto the Scx10ii. Traxxas shocks. How does that make you feel? Traxxas shocks on a Axial truck. Is that wrong? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? And that's it. That one is done. But, you know what? I could use longer screws for sure. Because I think the distance isn't that good. So I think I might not have too many threads in there. Not sure. Alright, let's put this wheel on. My hub. Okay. TSM and the Outcast. Explain to me what you mean. I've heard of the TSM, but I don't really like. My Revo, I think, has that. I just keep it on 0. I never turn that up. I heard that messes with it, so I've always just kind of turned mine on my Revo down. What do you got done to the Outcast? I like the Outcast. It's a nice truck. Actually, I like the Notorious body. That body is sick looking. I love my armor truck. I'm looking at it right now. I just want to bash. I'd be happy to do any RC right now. I'm not picky. I could go scale some rocks. I wish I could go bash. I got these new ramps. I haven't even used them yet. Gotta try them out. I gotta go to the pit, but snow on top of snow on top of snow. Pain in my butt. All right, one more corner left. Okay, all the wheels are tight. All the screws on this wheel, rather. All right. Last side, baby. Yes. Alrighty, there we are. That aside. Actually, I might even take that wheel apart because look at this. I can't get it to go back. I only got to pop those screws off and I can do that. So I'll do that before I put it back on because it's been bothering me. None of the other tires are like that. Okay. Bam. Last king out. Last Traxxas ready to go in. Again, take my pliers. That is loose. Nice, fully built. What do you? What's fully built? Like you got an M2C racing chassis, or you got stock chassis? What do you got for electronics? I got that Hobby Wing, Max 8 system. It's pretty good. I got a 14-tooth pinion on it. I haven't really had a chance to do too much right now. I got the big Badland. It's on there, the MX 38s. I'm gonna try those out. I think that system can handle the big tires. That's my plan anyway. Whenever I do get back out and bash, this stupid snow stops. I wish someday it would stop. Okay. Push this off. Let that oil seep. Okay. I think we're good. There we are. I wish these had the bleed screw like the Proline shocks, but it's okay. They seem to do just fine this way. Okay. Voila. Yeah. Should probably put a longer screw in there. What do I got? What do I got? Okay. That will work. That'll work. Can only go out the back, so it's all good. Okay. And the bottom one, I think, bottom screw is fine. Probably gonna have to go back at another point to do that, but for now, they should hold. Woohoo! Traxxas shocks are all on the Blazer bill. That's what I like. I just like trying all the brands. Like, I'm not gonna, you know. Oh, no, look, you get to go, you know, go enjoy yourself. You're lucky. Go run a couple of packs. I can't. I'm just looking at the snow. No. Okay. All right, let's pop this beadlock off a second. And check that out. Okay. Just make sure that that size is that size. See what this bad Larry looks like. I don't know why that tire is like that. Could just be the air. Dang, that's a tight fit. There we go. And this is why beadlocks are the best. Okay. And that's it. That's all these incision ones require. And look at that. There was just some air stuck in there. I got it all out. That's why the tire was a little deformed. But it looks like it's all good to go again. Just throw my ring back on. Oh, I'm pumped. Fixed problems and fix these stupid shocks. KCC, what's up? What is good in the hood? Yeah, I'm going to get the body back on this thing as soon as I get the wheel on here. We'll see what those shocks feel like and see what it looks like, how the body's going to sit now. Because it's going to have slightly shorter shocks, but not too bad. So I'm curious. Okay. Now, let's finish by hand. Beadlocks are great. How many vehicles do I have? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7. 7 total. Nothing too crazy. I am about to order something new for the channel, though. And I am building something new. Well, a basher and a scaler. So I'm getting 2 new soon. But I gotta wait for the weather. Make sure you guys hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Trying to get those subscribers up. Don't forget, air freshener giveaway at 500 subs. My hands are slippery. All right. Sianta is looking ready. All right. Let's mount it. And then we can test. Bum, 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 bum. You ever get songs stuck in your head and they just don't go away? Sometimes it happens. Oh, Lordy. Alright, real close, guys. A few more screws. Let's get this bad Larry on the ground. There we are. And oh man, I love these. These things are so great. Okay. Okay, one little round to go here. Round and round. Make sure these are tight. You know, I don't have any extras of these, which really stinks because if I lose these, well, maybe I should call Incision, huh? And see if I can order some. Just have some extra hardware for these just in case. Alright, let's put these away. Alright. Oh, let's pull this block out. See, then it's a tool holder. Put my oil back up there. Put this away. Put these away. I don't know where I'm going to put these. I don't really need these no more. Oh my god, look at all these shocks. Shocks upon shocks. These are the stock Axials. It's really weird, man, Axial. Like, I like the Axial, the design of it, but like they do offer a lot of plastic. Like the TRX4, like, is definitely like comes with all those steel links. You get the good shocks. So it's like, and it's not that much more. And the radio is just as good as my opinion, you know. But, you know, I know everyone has their preference. Okay. Let's see how this feels. Not bad. Not bad. I think the 20 weight in there is good. It almost feels like 15 wasn't enough in the front. But I will need to test it on the trail to find out. So let's put the body on. Here she is. I got my little Velcro mount in the back. Yeah. We're going to have to add a bunch of preload. There we go. That'll help. Just add a bunch of preload. It's not the best, but I got a Holmes hobby motor in this. Hold on, let me pop the body off. I'll show you the setup. See my little Velcro? Just a piece of styrene there. Yeah, so we got Holmes Hobby, 21 turn, 550 motor. Instead of the 540 can, I went to a 550, 21 turn. I got Castle, 2.0 BEC, running 7.4 volts to the Savox. I got these GRC inner fenders. I got this stiffener here for the shock hoops. And that's about it. Oh, and incision links and the incision wheels. And Wordy made sliders. Yeah, it's too cold to paint, I hear you. That's why I didn't order that other truck, because I want to get a kit, and I won't be able to. Well, actually, I don't need to paint for that, but I can't go outside, so there's no point in ordering any RCs. Oh, whoa, my power just flashed. The storm is a storming out there. Boom. Those are all on. I'm not happy with these shocks in the front, though, for whatever reason. Okay, because it's going to tuck the wheel. Yeah, that's full lock. Yeah, be kind of okay. I do like, though, that now I don't have those tall shocks in there, because before it was like super lifted, and I don't like that. What I think I'm going to do is just run these shocks with a little more preload, because they are taller, though, too, than the stock shocks, so a little high top. I'll have to take the battery off and measure, but for now I'm just kind of trying to stiffen them up here. Some preload. Excuse me. Alright, that's it. Well, I'll have to drive it, I guess. I mean, it does feel good from the straight, yeah. Seems like the fronts are just no travel. But see, then that's gonna what the flex is like. Such a big tire. I mean, it fits in there. Just clears it, huh? Favorite RC I have or want? I really like my Creighton, and I just like to drive it. As far as scale rigs go, this is my rig of choice when I go out on the trails mostly. But I do have a new TRX4 Bronco, the Ranger XLT Bronco. And I haven't really even got to drive that one much, and I haven't got to drive them side by side, do any comparisons, because winter came, so things kind of came to a halt quick as soon as the snow started to fly. But as soon as the snow stops and everything clears up, I have a lot of plans and a lot of videos to make. That is for sure, and I will definitely be doing that. I really am having RC withdrawals. I want to drive. I don't really have a preference between bashing or scaling. You can only do so much of each, so it's nice to have a little bit of both. You know, hit the jumps at the pit with my Creighton and my Revo, and then I go scaling, and I take my wife with me. She has her own rig, so you know she enjoys to do that. So that's great. Oh, God bless you too. Because of my sneeze. First, it took me a second to realize why you typed that. I get it. Aha, forgot about that. Let's see. Let's do some comparing here. Let me get my Bronco. Okay. Wow. Relatively the same, huh? Wow, those tires are just a little bit taller. This one's just a little bit narrow, I bet. Oh yeah, I guess this doesn't have a lot of downward travel either. But that's kind of what I was going for, was the stock. But then the one body converted over. Oh, nice. Oh, wow, yeah, a Bronco body and and like a Proline MT4. That's my next bashing rig. I think I'm just going to go all out and build a super nice 10 scale rig for bashing. I'm going to go with a Tekin system, I believe. That's the plan. Yeah, no, check out the Bronco. Did you see yesterday, were you in here, when I put this Wordy made bumper on the front of the Bronco? I think it looks great. I had to do a little bumper, a little grill modification rather. Took the stock bumper off. I could kind of sand out some more, I think, and make it a little better, but it's not bad. And then I added some nuts too. I got my truck nuts dangling down. But this truck is a beast. Yeah, that bumper looks great, huh? Super, super good clearance. Can't wait to get this thing out. I wish I could show you a little bit better the difference between the ground clearance on the portals and the regular axles. But the best way to kind of explain it is it's not a huge deal because of the position, but with your portals, you actually knuckle right here is actually really low, and you got all the ground clearance right here in the center. So obviously you'd put your tire on an obstacle, and when it articulates, you'd have good clearance. But this knuckle right here, it does get a little hung up sometimes, where on a regular axle, you don't have those knuckles sticking down there almost all the way into the tire here, even though you don't have the ground clearance. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do some back-to-back videos, even though the Blazer isn't stock by any means, I guess. I mean, it is running the same shocks as this truck now, but I got the motor and that monster servo. I did go ahead and put a Power HD servo I had hanging around in here to get rid of that stock Traxxas one, because that thing was trash. So I got that. I got plans, though. I definitely got plans for these trucks. I gotta fix that. The side is caving in a little bit on the... There it goes. The hardtop is a little flimsy from Axial on here, the way it bolts on, where on the Bronco, it's, you know, it's all one solid piece from the factory, so it's much more rigid, but it's not bad. I like the top. I think it looks great. This is not the first time, but I haven't had them like side by side like this in a while. But they're both the 313 wheelbase. Wow, look at how cool they look. What do you guys think? Do those things look cool or what? Oh man, the snow's still coming down. Oh. Yeah, you think it's going to outperform? You can see here, definitely look at the difference in the ground clearance. Let me move this camera over a little bit for you. Get a little bit more of a center look here. Yeah, that's a little bit better. You can see here, look at the corner of this body and the corner of the Blazer body. There is a Wordy Made front bumper that they're making, so this is Wordy Made too, but this body hangs out. This is actually for an Scx10ii. It bolts on around the outside of the frame. It doesn't slide in with the two prongs like a factory bumper. See, this is the factory bumper. Traxxas uses these squares, and those slide into the frame brace. The Wordy Made doesn't. It just has two tabs on the outside. It bolts right onto the outside of the frame. In the Blazer body, it comes out too far, and it wouldn't work at all. So I would have to like completely cut out the grill. But this, I was able to get it in there and get it flush, and it's got good clearance. It's metal. It looks good. I like it. What do you think about painting it? Should I paint it, you think, or should I leave it steel? Bare steel. I was wondering maybe if I just hit it with some black paint. I'm not sure. But as far as the performance goes, I think that if I put that Wordy Made bumper on the front of here, it gives really good clearance here. I could probably cut this piece off right here on the, I'm not sure. Yeah, let me pick it up and show you. I could probably trim this piece of bumper off, well, piece of body off right here, and then that Wordy Made bumper is like just one little tube. But it's $80 and it's really small. I paid $50 for this bumper, and I think it's more metal. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm not really sure why the price went up so high on that bumper, but once the weather comes, I'm sure I'll spring for it and get that, you know, stock or upgraded. The Revo is upgraded. Not a whole lot. All I did is put the Traxxas titanium shaft shocks in it, and I got like an aluminum front shock uh, tower, body mount. Yeah, body mount post. And I swapped out the diff fluid. But as far as like components, yeah, it's pretty stock. I'm gonna put a Castle Mamba X, I think, right? That's the newest one there from Castle, the best one. But have I tried to make my own bumper out of steel or aluminum? No, I have not. I did machine shop actually when I was in high school many years ago, and I know how to do a lot of stuff, but I don't have the tools, so that's always a problem, which kind of sucks. Yeah, black it out. Yeah, I could. I think I will black it out once the weather gets nice. Yeah, I can paint it. It won't really look so noticeable. It'll go good with the chrome grill and the black here, for sure. Yeah, I wish I could fabricate. I don't really have all the tools. I don't have a garage. Kind of can't do fabrication inside. So, and then I mean, I could do it outside, but I don't really have a secure area or whatever. So it is what it is. So that's why I really value companies that make like awesome parts, because there are like so many great things you can get out there today. There's just like whether you bash or you're into scale, there's just so many things. I mean, look at this. I got this metal RC uh, four-wheel drive high lift jack. It's just such a great little accessory. It's metal. It looks good. Feels cool. Like this bumper. I mean, this thing is solid. You can see how it was brazed together, right? This isn't these are brazed, or I'm not 100% sure to be honest with you. But I always like real metal parts. Like the detail we get out of these scale rigs today is so awesome. I love it. Aluminum is easy to work with. I don't know. I used a CNC. Nah, I did a little CNC work, but I used a lathe and a mill mostly. And like the teacher would give us like blueprints, so we'd go to shop for 1 week. So that 1 week, like we'd have to get a whole product done or something. And so I know a little bit of stuff, but I'm very base level. Like honestly, I wouldn't even really know if I had a garage full of all the tools I needed on how to do it. I'd have to do some research, but I'm sure I could figure some stuff out. I'm pretty good with that type of thing. I'm always trying to figure it out. Like I used to run nitro RCs when I was younger, and then when I got back into RC, I had to figure out how to work on all these. I got everything down. New to the electric, I learned how to solder. Taught myself how to do that. I mean, it's relatively simple, but it's cool learning all the new skills. Someday, when I have my own garage, I'm gonna have all my stuff set up. That's the plan. Is hopefully in the next few years here, I can start trying to find some land to live on or something. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Just got to keep working. What other questions you guys got tonight? Yeah, I got a kid actually who lives in my apartment building gave me a Nitro Revo, believe it or not. I don't think it runs or anything, but I was thinking about stripping it all down and maybe just getting a new motor. But then it's gonna need a lot of stuff. Like I don't know what works and what doesn't. Uh, it's one of those things. Who knows? But yeah, I'll look into it. Maybe when the summer comes, I'll pull it out. It's in my storage unit. It's got the nice aluminum blue Traxxas chassis. I used to like that. I wish the E Revo 2.0 had like a aluminum chassis of sorts rather than like a composite. But I guess that composite is pretty strong because the Armor chassis will bend and the Revo chassis won't. So, oh man, I just want to drive this truck. Like just sitting here with these things, they just look so good, right? Don't they just like look super amazing? Like, oh yeah, Nitro. Wow. What else? What else you got to say about Nitro? It can be a mess. I know that much. I used to get the fuel. It takes me way back though. I remember going to the little pit. My friend got me into it. His neighbor was selling it, and he's like, "Oh, get my neighbor's. He's gonna sell it cheap." And I remember getting it. And I knew nothing. My buddy showed me how to start it. I don't think Traxxas didn't have the easy start then, so it was probably pull start. And then they came out with those stupid easy starts and stuff. I was like the little pull starts. I had one on my Savage. That was my last RC before I got my original TRX4 that I just took the shocks off for the laser over here. But yeah, I had a Savage XL, I believe. It had like at the time it was a big block. I don't know what size the motors are. I think it was like a 2.5 motor or something. I can't really remember, but I spent a lot of time tuning that thing. Always having problems with those things. We had a hobby shop that had a little track, but they shut it down because of all the noise with the nitros and stuff. And I distinctively remember when the Savage Flux came out, they were doing standing backflips with it inside the hobby shop. Like, oh, it was like this big crazy thing. And he's like, oh, I sold all my nitro when this came out. He's like, no more nitro. And like, I didn't really like think much of it. And then when I got the TRX4 and I started just putting a battery in it and driving it, I was like, oh my god, like this is so much better. I mean, I know it's not a basher, but still, it was nice. Like no nitro, so that's why I got the E-Revo 2.0. I was like, wow, I gotta get another basher. And then I found out that was coming out, so I picked it up. It was great. And then I got an Armor. I got the Creighton actually used, so I saved good money because I put some money into it. So actually, I'm pretty good on that truck. I don't got too much. Well, I guess I saved a couple hundred. I do have a lot into it. I got Techno springs all the way around. Got the M2C Racing chassis, RPM front arms, Hobby Wing system. I got those wheels and tires on it. I got Hot Racing chassis braces. Well, I only got a Hot Racing chassis brace in the rear. I shimmed all the diffs all myself. Oh, T-Max, man. Oh, I've had two T-Maxes. My dad got me a T-Max for Christmas one year. It was green, and it was so cold. I was living in Maine at the time, and I remember trying to break it in out there. But, you know, it is what it is. If I don't have everything to do with the Nitro Reef, you get it. Yeah, honestly, man, I can't really say that I'm super pumped to go in that thing and take it apart and try to get it to work. Just the fact with the servos, one for the brake and one for the throttle, and you got the little thing and you gotta adjust everything on it. I'm like, oh, you know, thinking of that. Titanium driveline. That sounds cool. Yeah, T Max is classic. I wish I could get one that was already running. I didn't have to do any work to. But yeah, it would be fun to revisit the Nitro. But where I live here, I would have to go. Well, I guess I could go to the pit. It would be okay, but I'd never be able to drive it anywhere else because it's so loud. Like sometimes I go to like the lake and stuff with my electrics on the beach, and no one says anything because they're just all over. You know, they're actually they make quite a bit of thunder though on 6S. You know, it's a lot of power. Oh, you got a fresh 2.5 motor. Well, maybe in the spring. I think that's what this Revo came with. It was the 2.5. Because, right, didn't they go to like a 3.0 eventually? I know Traxxas changed their motors a bunch of times, but like I said, I've been on the electric side and the crawling side. I didn't pay any attention to any nitro vehicles. Can it do it? Oh, it can. You can flex on them. Nice. Look at that flex. Is that wheel on the ground? No, my back wheel is off. But it can do the classic up onto the tire. How about that? How about that? Yeah. Looks way better with that bumper on there. I was actually thinking about putting this on here. It actually fit. Actually, I think the front of this is wider than the front of the Bronco. That is crazy. That is crazy. These are the shocks, if anyone missed it, that I took off the Bronco. RC four-wheel drive. Now, I did find some videos, and they wanted you to cut something, and they recommended using diff oil instead of shock oil. But I decided just to put those Traxxas shocks on. And I think they'll be good. I think I need to maybe stiffen the front ones up. Go up to the 20 weight oil or something higher. I'm not sure. what I have. Probably have to order some because I think that's all I have. 50 weight. I think 20 will probably work. I don't want to go too high. Oh, okay. 3.3 motor. That was the latest. Nice. Fire training. You missed me take out these RC 4-wheel drive King shocks out of my Blazer, and I swapped in some Traxxas TRX4 shocks. I took them off my old TRX4 because I was playing with the suspension on the Bronco, and it felt good from the factory. I liked the nice plushness, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take those Kings out. So this is kind of a problem right here. See, I'm actually pushing, and they bind up sometimes before they even go. So when the truck's on the ground, yeah, they're just. I found out they're just basically for scale looks. Most people hate on them. I think I'm gonna order some incisions and then some pro lines and do some swapping around and see. But I think for my I think the Traxxas shocks are gonna work just fine. Let's see what these things look like from the back. How was your day, Cole? Yeah, it gets expensive. Do you have any scale rigs? You were looking at a TRX4? I don't know what your budget is, and I don't think if you're not really sure if you like scaling or not. I don't know if you have any other scale rigs. Then you probably should just go with like a Trail Honcho or a Deadbolt or the TRX4 Sport, which is 330. You know, single speed, no locking diffs. That's a great value. You get into the chassis and all the good stuff. And honestly, I only got the Bronco over the Sport for the Bronco body. Well, look at that. They're pretty much. This might actually be, yeah, the 20 weight oils probably. I don't know. Actually, I think 30 is what the Traxxas TRX comes with stock. This actually feels a little different. Wow, look at the squat. And look at how that squats. I think my tires are hitting in there. Oh man, what do you think of my truck nuts? Yeah, I mean, it all depends. I mean, if the budget's not really a problem to point, then I mean, maybe it depends if you really want the scale body or not, or you're just looking to get a scale rig. That all depends your goals. I mean, I love the Blazer body; it looks great. But from the factory, without the hard top and stuff, you gotta chop the cage. I don't really like the look of that cage. I chop my factory cage, but it's all preference. I mean, I would just pick one that you like the best. Because I mean, the Traxxas is the most expensive one at 450. If you get a Bronco or a Land Rover, the Land Rover high center of gravity, but the body does look really cool. There's no denying that. The Bronco body is just amazing looking. The Red Cat is on the scene. People are liking that. Uh, if you want to go the kit route, HPI's got a kit, or Axial's got a kit. You can pick any body you want, and you could paint a body, scale it all up how you want. That's not a bad way to go. That's always a possibility. I mean, you really can't go wrong with any of the trucks. The only one that I really kind of seem to dislike, and I don't know why, is the Ventera Ascender. For whatever reason, the way that one looks, I've just never really liked any of the builds from that. I don't know a whole lot about it, so I can't give you any facts. But that's like the only truck I've never seen in person or anything like that. Oh, you're too young to get a job. Yeah, well, maybe try to get some jobs in the neighborhood or something. Cut some lawns or something. If you could get $20 a lawn, you know, you do 5 lawns, make $100. Not bad. Try to figure something out. Work a deal out with the parents. You just got to put effort in. A red cat part's hard to get. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Um, I got this over the red cat because the body looks so much better. If that Scout body had looked better, I would have got the Red Cat because I wasn't necessarily like concerned about the performance because I got my Scx10 and I like to try new brands, but that body, man, people say it looks good, but the shape of that Scout, it looks like a something an old man drives or something. I don't know. That's kind of a, I don't know. That's not a good term. That's an insult to old guys. But like, I don't know. Like, it just doesn't look that good to warrant the price. I mean, to buy it for me. So I had to go with this. But I do want to try it, and I think now they're selling like a roller kit, so I could just get the chassis, and then I could put a body on it of my choice. So I might do that and try the Red Cat out. But I really don't know what you're gonna think about the performance. I mean, we need to come up with some sort of like standardized testing or something to see. You know, I wish there was more scale events. Like I always have this vision. I wish I could rent a warehouse and have a really sweet indoor RC crawling setup. That'd be, you know, like super fun. Be able to change the track all the time and have like little scale events and barbecues with all the scale rigs. Have like a show and shine night. Like that'd be really good, but it's just not a very good business model. There's not enough people, I guess, interested in to get someone to come out and go into a building with their RC truck every week. But the Red Cat Shredder, no, I have not. I've never really looked at anything Red Cat. The only reason I know Red Cat is because they come out with the new Gen 8 and people were talking about it. And I know they got some cheaper stuff. It's kind of how I've always looked at them. I started with Traxxas, then I had to test the next best one, which was an Axial. So that's kind of where I've been with that. Sounds cool though. I like the name Shredder. Reminds me of the Ninja Turtles. Oh yeah, did you guys see I added Austin into the Bronco? And he's in there. He looks super good. I got that 3D imprinted interior I printed out. It just looks so good. Like I can't wait to add some more details to the interior. I even got his hand to go around the wheel, which was really happy. So then I got him resting on here. I'm super pumped about that. Oh, I can't wait to get this truck out on the trails. I mean, I got so many sweet spots that I can crawl. Just not when it's snowing. It's just depressing. Oh, I'm a little stiff there from sitting on this. I gotta get like a stool or a better seat or something. Let's move the camera back a little bit more. Well, I'm glad I got these shocks off. I'm just kind of disappointed. I wonder, maybe I could try to sell them on Craigslist. Or I don't know. I don't really look into that because you never know when you might like want them on another build. Like if you're doing something that's for looks and not necessarily performance based. But then again, maybe I'll take them apart and I'll try to tune them up. I'll put the diff oil in there instead of the shock oil. See, this one's not as, yeah, it does spring. What do you think? Look at that. I'm trying to think. I don't know what ones were on the back, what ones were on the front. That one I think's got no oil in it. And that one's pretty springy. It's this one. Yeah, see, this one's, the dampening's not bad at all. I wonder if softer springs too would help. If I could figure out, I wonder what length each one of these tiny springs is. But you could just rock one spring. You could probably just take this. Yeah, that rings just because of the springs. So you could still rock 110 or whatever length these are. But yeah, you live and learn. You know, you're always finding out stuff. So that was something that I learned, was that these aren't really the best shocks. Incision or the Pro lines are the way to go. Or the Traxxas shocks aren't bad stock. You know, they're toys essentially. So it's like, you know, the motor system. Yeah, if you've got a good motor with good power, it's gonna go faster. If you're racing, little increments and shocks and stuff are gonna make a big difference. But you're scaling. I'm getting up stuff. I'm having fun. I'm not like too intense. I don't get too hung up on it, but I do like to have, you know. How did you find place to run your RCs? How did you? Well, I live in the mountains, and I don't know how I found that pit. I don't know. I just started exploring. I'm new to where I live. I haven't lived here too long. Uh, so I'm been exploring over the years, so I find stuff. Um, but yeah, it's like there's just dirt roads, and the pit. There's a big pit down there. People ride their dirt bikes. So I go down there and I build jumps for my RC trucks. I wish I had a dirt bike to rip. I haven't rode in years and years. I miss that. Grew up doing that stuff. But then another way, what I do is I search for places where people go on hikes that look popular. So I assume it must be a cool place if a lot of people are going. So the wife and I usually try to go out every Sunday or Saturday, and go on a hike and take our RC. So we get exercise. We get to play with RC trucks. My new plan is J Concepts makes a nice backpack. I'm just waiting for them to come in stock. I'm gonna buy one, test it, and see how it is, and then I can put the backpack on, go on nice hikes, and when we get to cool places, just pull out the trucks and have some fun. That's the plan. So just gotta wait for the winter to end. That's all it is. You gotta pray the snow away. But yeah, I don't know. I've been on for a little while here now, so I guess I'm just gonna get going. But thanks for joining, everyone. Thanks for all the comments, and I had a great time chit chatting with y'all. Don't forget, hit the like button, and yeah, I think you guys like these live videos. So I don't really have too many projects right now that I got going on. That was kind of the last of them. I thought the weather was going to turn and things would start turning around soon. But yeah, I'll keep trying to give you guys some videos. I keep coming live just to hang out. Like I said, I like talking to you guys and interacting. It's a good time. And yeah, until the next one, guys, take it easy. Again, thanks. Appreciate it. Don't forget to sub. I'm trying to get to 500 to give that air freshener away. I'm out.